Hey everyone, it's Molly Jean from Jesus and Jean podcast, and this week we are going through John chapter 11. So when we enter John 11, we meet two women, Mary and Martha, and they have a message for Jesus. They say, "Lord, he whom you love is ill." And they were probably expecting Jesus to drop what he was doing and come and heal the one that he loves. But when Jesus heard it, he said, "The illness does not lead to death. It is for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it." And then in verse 6, it says he stayed 2 more days. They probably thought, wow, he didn't listen to our petition. He didn't listen to what we had to say. And now our brother is dead. And a lot of us can feel that way when our prayers don't get immediately answered. But God's timing is always perfect. Jesus' time is perfect. He stayed 2 days, and he had a reason that he was going to stay those 2 days. I want to tell you a story about how perfect his timing is. When I was growing up, I was in 9th grade, and there was a lot of turmoil in my house. My mom wasn't very nice to my dad, and later we found out that she had a brain aneurysm on her frontal lobe, which changed part of her personality. Dad had gone back to church at that time, and God spoke to him saying, "Do not leave this house without your children." And I'm sure it was very uncomfortable and hard for my dad to stay in that situation. It would have been easier for him to just cut his losses and leave. But my dad was obedient to what God had said to him, and he waited. He waited on the Lord, even though it was probably so hard. And what ended up happening, I went to church with my dad. And that first time I ever went to church with my dad, I encountered Jesus for myself. And then later on, my brother and I both gave our lives to Christ and started living wholeheartedly for him. My mom ended up dying from that brain aneurysm, but while she was on her deathbed, I got the opportunity to read the whole book of John to her. And she also gave her life to Christ. So because of that timing and that obedience, 3 more people knew Christ instead of just 1. And so God's timing is always perfect, even when it seems like we have been forgotten or that he has not heard us. Oh, he hears every word we speak. It doesn't fall on deaf ears. He hears the words we speak. He hears every prayer. And these are infinitely better. His ways are always infinitely better than what we think should happen. His timing is better than our timing. Just as his timing here was for his glory, his timing in our lives is also for his glory. So I want to encourage you today. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what season it looks like for you, but God's timing is perfect. I'm Molly Jean, and this is Jesus and Jean podcast.